What's up, guys, and welcome to a new episode of My Road to Glory. On the screen right now, you can see me selling the team I had right now, including the bench, which was the second team that we were starting to build, because I had just lost a bunch of games to the soccer scout who I played in the last episode, and I wasn't feeling good about this team, so I decided to sell it and the fitness squad so I could get some coins and head in a new direction. I make a terribly new move here, and listed up Ricardo Rodriguez for the 300 coins because I wasn't really paying attention. I was just selling everything up for what they went for because I wanted to get the coins as fast as I could. I actually ended up quick selling this Ben Arfa here, because I couldn't be bothered to keep him on the bench. I needed the coins to build the new side as fast as I could, and it's actually a pretty nice hybrid, I guess. 4 leagues, I think, in a Serbia link with a transfer player, I think. So it was a half decent squad, I guess. And everything sells for the price I listed them up for, except Kevin Gamero, who I end up quick selling, and you'll see that in a second. I list Gamero on the transfer market for 450, sorry, but he didn't sell. And here you see me quick selling Gamero, but everything else sold for exactly what I paid for them. And then you're going to see on the screen now me putting the new players into the side. So in goal, I have Rumen Weidenfeller, one of the best keepers on the game. Then I go with Rukavina and Neven Subotic, because I thought that would be a nice Serbian link, because I wanted a link to the Bundesliga. Go with Christian Fuchs there to link up with Felipe Santana. Carlos Eduardo, if you watch good old George, you know what that is. But Carlos Eduardo for the 5-star skills. Then we have Tadic to link up with Rukavina. I actually thought the player ahead was a center midfielder, but he wasn't. Steven Nzonzi at center defensive mid with Jan Villa, and the striker partnership is Williton and Remy. And I'll tell you guys right now, the left side of the team, Jan Villa, Carlos Eduardo, and Williton, were awful for me. And in the next episode, you're going to see I replaced them quite quickly. But right now, I'm just going through what I paid for the players on the screen right now. Got a really solid defense in my mind, some non-rare fullbacks, especially Fuchs has an insane shot, actually. And Tadic and Nzonzi were actually really good players for me. We have Mario Fernandez on the bench. Williton just not up to his FIFA 13 standards when he was probably the second most sweaty player in the game, behind the one and only Esteban. But I go into the first match of this game, and I was still adjusting the playstyle, I guess. So it was a pretty close game. You'll see in a second. I was still searching for the opponent. And what I liked about this team is how well-rounded it was, especially in defense. But in the first game, I guess, I hadn't really adjusted, and it was a poor result, I guess, against Deal With It FC. Kind of a annoying team name. It's a Juventus Dortmund team plus a Rene Adler in goal. Got some good players in there. Aubameyang on not full chemistry, but that didn't matter, of course, because he would still terrorize my defense. And you're going to see in the second half he scores a goal that nobody should be scoring on 6 chemistry or 7 chemistry or whatever. But do some skills from kickoff, and this is an unbelievable miss. Not this. Carlos Eduardo is played through, and Wellington misses the wide open goal, and then the fouling header. Carlos Eduardo, actually. I'm not going to call him Carlos Eduardo anymore. But Carlos Eduardo missed that chance, but it wouldn't matter, as Steven Nzonzi would receive the cross from Christian Fuchs. Not the best goal I've ever scored. Definitely not a goal I'm proud of, but counts anyway. And Nzonzi was actually really good for me. I enjoyed playing with him. But 7 chemistry or 6 chemistry Aubameyang. It's an absolute rocket of a header into the goal in the 45th minute to make it 1-1, and you could see by a quick glance at the stats that we had the same amount of shots and shots on target, I think, but I had lots more possession. Got a really good chance here in zones. Oh, we actually don't get a really good chance here. We put the ball in the net with like Remy. Good ball from Steven Nzonzi, or Stefan Nzonzi. I'm not completely sure. And Remy puts the ball into the back of the net to give us the 2-1 lead, and I thought it was home free here. But he's going to score a ridiculous goal with Aubameyang. But first, I do a little bit of good dribble in there, play through in zone, go for the chip, but it's just a little bit too powerful, and we can't find the back of the net. Instead, it's this bizarre chip through ball that I don't seem to recognize. Aubameyang chests it down, does a complete spin, and volleys it with his weak foot into the side netting. It's one of those goals on FIFA where you just think, Aubameyang, I think his pace makes him so good, but 6 or 7 chemistry, and you can see Pogba heads in the 90th minute winner, so I was quite frustrated. But like I was saying, on 6 and 7 chemistry, Aubameyang is still the best player on the pitch by far. He's so fast, he can finish everything. See, when I played with Aubameyang in my Bundesliga team I had at the beginning of FIFA, I found that he missed everything for me. He had so many chances, but he couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. Whenever I play against him, it seems he scores every single opportunity he gets. And you can see I go into this next game. I'm not sure, did I actually show the team? It might have been some poor editing on my part, but it was a 3-5-2 hybrid team. And Oscar was the only person on not great cam, I think. So, quite frustrating to go down to him, especially when he outmuscled Felipe Santana. So I was pretty frustrated at that point. I crossed it into Remy. Hope he can score that volley, but it wasn't going to happen. Wellington is played through. His shot is blocked. Take a look at this for a bizarre turn of events. Eventually it falls to Yanambia, and he crushes the ball into the back of the net for his first goal, and is only for the side. You'll find in the next episode I decide to sell him and his Russian League companions Carlos Eduardo and Wellington, because they were not doing it for me. And instead, we go into the second half 1-1, and I was hoping that maybe I could get the winner eventually. The game starts, and again, kind of a bizarre turn of events for this next goal. Remy, this isn't the goal actually. I think it was Inzonzi turns his defender, and missed the opportunity. But there's Remy played through. I thought that was a penalty. But you'll see in a second that we're actually going to get a penalty for something that definitely wasn't a penalty. So, Nzonzi on the ball right here, plays it to Tadic. Does a nice little dribble, I guess. Nice little 1-2, and they call that a penalty, which is mind-boggling. But I'll take it anyway. Step up with Remy. Check to see if I have any better penalty takers, but I don't really. So I take it with Remy, and I decide to go right like I usually do, and I score. So good goal for us, and we take a 2-1 lead. And I thought maybe we could get another, as we have several chances to do so. We win the header from the goal kick out to Loic Remy, but his finesse shot is really weak. Disappointing on his weak foot. Another good chance here. Remy to Nzonzi all the way out to Carlos Eduardo. I thought he was going to score the breakaway. Cuts inside with a scoop turn. An awful finesse shot. Just showing how bad Carlos Eduardo was for me. Really the most disappointing player on the team by far. Remy played through. Shot blocked. The rebound to Carlos Eduardo. What do you know? Misses another sitter. He felt so slow. His dribbling felt terrible, Carlos Eduardo. You can see Remy misses. Really easy chance there, but it wouldn't matter as we take home the 3 points. But like I was saying, the dribbling on Carlos Eduardo feels terrible. He feels really slow. His finishing is terrible. Definitely not a player I want to try and use again. But that's the end of the episode, guys. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and maybe even subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode.